Learning music by reading about it is like making love by mail. I think a life in music is a life beautifully lived and spent, and this is what I've devoted my life to. Those are the words from the great tenor Luciano Pavarotti. And today, as Grand Piano Truth, we are honored to have one of the greatest in South Africa, Dr. Richard Koch, well-known conductor and educator, and well-respected in the world of classical music. Dr. Richard Koch, you're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much indeed. Nice to be here.
Yes, yes. You know, it's not easy to introduce the likes of Dr. Koch because those are the guys who don't need any introduction. Everyone know him by his skills and his ability to stand in front of the orchestra and do his things. Dr. Koch, I read this quote from Pavarotti. When I am reading this quote, I see yourself there on that quote. You devoted your life to music.
Yeah, this is true. And actually, I was thinking when you read that quote, it's also like trying to enjoy a meal by reading the recipe. To enjoy the meal, you must eat the meal.
Yes.
And that has been my story in life also. I've enjoyed making music, I've enjoyed working with choirs, but it's doing the job that's interesting.
Yes.
Not just thinking about it, doing it.
Doing it.
And
yes.
that's what I've tried to do my whole life, is to get on and do things.
From Port Elizabeth at a very young age to the world. Tell us about that journey.
Yeah, so my life started in Port Elizabeth, and it was in fact in Port Elizabeth that the first person asked me to sing. I didn't know that I could sing, and this was a lady, because I was at a boarding school.
Yes.
And my parents lived in Cape Town, and so I had nowhere to go on our weekends out. So I went with a friend, and his mother said to me, can you sing? And I said, I don't know if I can sing. So she said, well, try. So I sang, and she said, you've got a nice voice, so you must sing some more. Because at the school there was actually no choir. We had no choir. That was unusual. Most schools have choirs.
Have choirs, yeah.
But this was quite a small school, and it had no choir. And it was really, but that was my first experience of someone who said, you've got a voice, you can sing.
Yes, yes.
And
yes.
when I got to senior school, then there was a choir. Then I moved to Cape Town to school there, and there was a choir, and a chap who ran the music in the school, and I joined the choir, and that was the beginning of my story when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then I saw you went overseas to further your studies.
Yeah, but before that, at the school, there was a choir, and there were many choir practices during the week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, Saturday morning. We used to rehearse.
Yes.
And then we used to sing. It had a chapel at the school. So it was a Christian school, Anglican school, and we sang in the chapel. And I just loved this singing story. And it suited me, and I suited it.
What part were you singing?
I was singing soprano or treble.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I was still singing treble or soprano when I was 15. And I was getting to matric, and the other boys were thinking, hey, what's going on here? So then I went down to sing alto, because my voice hadn't really changed yet.
Yeah.
So I went to singing alto, and that suited me very well. And then I sang for some churches around the place, and as soon as I left school, I took a job as a church organist. So I was 18, and I took a job as a church organist, and that really taught me quite a lot about how to run a choir, how to deal with people, Because, doing music with big groups of people is really about managing people. And that's what I did. I learnt my trade by doing it.
Yes.
And in fact, my whole life has been a story of doing things and learning by that. Yeah.
Then when you're coming back overseas, you became a conductor.
Yeah, so I got a scholarship to go and study at the Royal School of Church Music, because I grew up in a world of church music and singing church music. So when I finished university, I went to university in Cape Town, and I was very lucky in that I had people who were nurturing me in my career. And they found me the job playing the church organ. And I studied playing the church organ at school. And then it seemed natural to me when I'd finished at university. I did a BA degree with music and English. And it seemed a natural thing to do. I was offered a scholarship to go and study at the Royal School of Church Music, which I did. And I had saved up some money from my job as a church organist. And then I went to England, where I studied for a year. And I realized after 1 year that I hadn't even begun to scratch the surface. And my organ teacher there, he said, there's a job going in Chichester, which is in a cathedral, singing as a singer. So I went and I did an audition, and they took me, and they said, you can't come here unless you have another job, because so I had to find another job, and fortunately there was a job going in the choir school teaching English, and that was what I'd studied at university. It was good for me. So I got a job in the school, and I worked in that school then for 7 years in a cathedral choir school, which had a lot of music. So we sang every day in the cathedral except Wednesdays, which was a day when you didn't have to sing. So we sang Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 3 services on a Sunday. So there was a lot of church music for the next 7 years of my life. And that embedded this music deeply inside me.
You grew up that time. I think our parents were not believing, but there will be a job for music.
It was not really in my family. But my mother played the piano. And my father sort of encouraged me, but she wasn't a professional musician of any sort. But she just enjoyed, sitting at the piano and playing a bit of syncopation, it was called. But they were supportive of me. But it was quite an unusual thing in my family to be interested in music.
Then you came back, South Africa. You decided to be a conductor.
So
not a singer.
Yes, in a way, But the singing. So I was a professional singer, in the UK. But when I came back here, I was a male alto, a countertenor. And there's not much call for countertenors in South Africa. So I knew I wasn't going to make a living as a countertenor in South Africa. But the reason I came back was that I was asked to come to restart the SABC choir. The SABC choir had conked out in 1976, 77. And so I restarted it in 1980. This is a big choir, symphonic choir, 120 members. And I started 2 choirs, that big one and a small one, also the SABC chamber choir, which was the Chanticleer singers. So I had 2 choirs, a small choir and a big choir. And I also became the organist at St. Mary's Cathedral in the center of town. And there I had a different sort of choir altogether, very much a community choir, anyone who wanted to come and sing. And we had a choir of very mixed abilities. We had some really good people and some complete beginners who had no clue about, staff notation. All they knew was golf sticks. So that really, I had a very wide range of choirs that I was dealing with. And then I started, of course, conducting, because if you wanted to do things with an orchestra, then you had to conduct.
Yes.
So I did, and I learnt it on the job. I did it. I didn't have lessons how to conduct. I didn't read the recipe how to make something. I did it. Okay, I mixed all the ingredients, and then I ate it, and it was fantastic.
Yes. Then it was 1997 when you were in the committee to rearrange National Anthem of South Africa with the likes of Zilikazi Khumalo, Elise Botha, Msizignene, John de Villiers, all of them, Professor Kabim Goma.
Yeah, that, yes.
How did that call come up?
Well, you have to go back a little bit to 1989, or even 88 maybe, when Professor Khumalo and I were the directors of the Massed Choir Festival, the Caltex Massed Choir Festival. It was the Sowetan. Agri Cluster started it. He approached me, and we started that Massed Choir Festival with Prof. Khumalo and myself. And that's how I got 1989. 89.
So you started that choir.
Yeah.
So it's you guys who...
Yes, Prof. Khumalo and me.
It's you guys who didn't make choral music a career, but...
Yeah, and we started it because you may remember there was a thing called Nation Building.
Nation Building.
Which was run by the Sowetan newspaper. And Agri wanted to rebuild the structures in communities that had been broken down by apartheid. And one of the things he wanted to do was to have a choir festival. He came from a choir family. His father was a conductor.
Yes.
And so we started the Massed Choir Festival in 89, and I was involved with it for the next 17 years or so.
Ooh.
And it was an amazing event. We had 1,000 singers, 20 choirs in the Standard Bank Arena. And it was because of that when it came to the National Anthem, Prof. Khumalo was asked to be the chairman of that.
Yes.
And he asked me to come to help him. So I was on that committee at his request, and that was a privilege to be on that committee. And we worked extremely well together. There was never any problem. We had a very diverse committee.
Yes.
And we worked on it. Again, we sat down and we did it. And Prof. Khumalo had, I think, worked it out more or less in his head, what he wanted. We made some alterations to the words.
Yes.
And we combined Sotho language and Nguni language, English, Afrikaans, to make something that we could all sing together. That's how it happened. Yeah.
Okay. So were you invited in Parliament?
No.
They were first singing. First performing it.
Not me, no. Prof. Khumalo went to a cabinet meeting.
Yes.
And he told us he was going to the cabinet meeting, and he sang. They said to him, "Please sing." So he sang. And they all gave him a big round of applause when he'd finished. And he came back to the committee and he said they loved it. They told us this was good. I think Mandela himself said to Prof. Khumalo, "I love this. It's good.
It's a beautiful anthem."
It's a beautiful anthem. Yeah. And people still want to moan about it, but it's amazing how it has pulled South Africa together.
Yes.
And people still say they don't want the Afrikaans, or they don't want this, or they don't want that, or the English, but somehow it manages to bring us together. And I think that was the important thing, so that we live and strive for freedom. And it's somehow embodied in that anthem. And you would be hard put to improve on it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then you come up with the Starlight Classics.
Yeah, so Starlight Classics is very different to what we've been talking about, because now I was conducting regularly with orchestras,
Yes.
okay, at the SABC. In fact, in 1991, I was asked to run the National Symphony Orchestra, which was part of the SABC.
Yes, yes.
So now I was working with orchestras on a full-time basis. And in 1995, the SABC was told, you shouldn't have an orchestra, okay? And they had an orchestra.
Yeah.
So they agreed that it was not their core business. So they said to me, you're not getting any more money from us. So then I had to go out to the corporate world to try and get money to keep running the orchestra. And we ran it for about 5 years. And then we couldn't get enough money anymore. But one of the people I approached was Rand Merchant Bank.
Yeah, yeah.
And they said, we won't give you money just because we want to give you money.
Yes, yes.
We want you to run an event for us.
Okay.
We can pay you to do the event. We're not just going to give you money to do what you want to do. We want you to do what we want you to do.
Yes.
So they said, what we want is this event at the Country Club at Johannesburg or a similar venue.
Yes, yes.
And it's still going now.
Yeah,
It started in 1998, and it's last year I did 25 years, and then I said, okay, that's enough now. You must get someone else to do it.
So someone else is doing it now.
Yeah, someone else is doing it now. Because I've reached an age where I need to slow down, you know. I'm old,
Yes, yes.
old mkhulu now.
And you've worked with numerous talented musicians. I don't know what quality are you looking for if you want to work with musicians.
Any musicians, I'm looking for dedication, the ability to be adaptable. They must be professional. They must turn up on time. They must know their music, and they have to deliver the job, and they have to do it, because I've always been someone who gets on and does things.
Yes, yes.
If you want to do something, you can do it, but you must deliver.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for in musicians, is people who can do the job. Yeah.
You did Starlight more than 25 years.
Yeah, 25 years.
Any memorable moments or
Many.
performance?
Many. And also, you mentioned earlier Pavarotti.
Yes.
Just after 94, he came here. He made several visits
Okay.
by himself. He came with the 3 tenors, and then he came later with another soprano. So there were 3 visits. And then he did a farewell tour also, which Rand Merchant Bank was involved in.
Yes.
Maybe because of my connections with them, who knows.
Yes.
It was pouring with rain that day. And the President Mbeki was there in the audience, sitting in the pouring rain, watching this concert. And lots of members of the cabinet also. So I've worked with Pavarotti. I've worked with, we had in that same concert, we had Sibongile Khumalo, Sibongile Mngoma.
Yes.
And we had some young tenors also. We had, one of the great things that I've been able to do is to offer people opportunities to perform.
Yes.
And that's what I've loved doing, is giving people opportunities, and they've performed here, and then many of them have gone on to Europe, you know, and or America, and they've performed there.
Talking about offering people a opportunity, I've got one voice note for you that was sent by someone who said to me, I've got an opportunity to work with him. Here's the voice note.
Good day, Maestro. This is Zukokutu here. I just want to say I'm truly grateful for all the opportunities you've given me. You really took my career to another level. One of those highlights is taking me to the Standard Bank Arts Festival. I wish you many more years to come, good health, so that you can keep on lifting all the young black singers in South Africa. Thank you.
That was Zukotutu. You know him?
I do. So, and there have been many over the years where I've been able to give them a stage,
Yes.
and then they've gone on. One of the most recent ones was a chap called Lonwabo Mose
Yeah.
in Cape Town. Somebody said, please come and listen to this guy. And I went and listened to him, and then I included him in a concert. Then the next year he was entering the Belvedere competition.
Yeah. I see.
And he didn't necessarily win the first, second, or third prize,
Yes.
but he's now really on his way. He's doing auditions in New York, Vienna, wherever. And he's a young guy. He's 21 or 22.
Yes.
And I stood up at the concert and I said, the guy who sang here last year, he's got no money. He needs some money. And suddenly the money came in.
Wow.
And the guy who was looking after him was able to send him to all these amazing places where he can audition.
Yes.
We have fantastic singers in South Africa. They just need an opportunity and a foot in the door. And often I'm able to help them put their foot in the door so that they can open the door.
Yeah.
And that gives me a lot of pleasure.
Then you've been involved with various initiatives supporting music projects in disadvantaged communities. What inspired that work?
I've always been interested in community music making. So, I love making music at a professional level, but I realize that there is much more to music than that. And I love working with communities, schools, community choirs, wherever. Recently, I've just been up to Polokwane, working there with choirs in Polokwane and with a brass ensemble, and in El Dorado Park, working with all the schools. So, and working with kids. I love working with kids. I was in England, I taught for 7 years in a junior school. And I enjoy working with young people.
Yes.
Their enthusiasm, their vibrancy really inspires me always. And it's easy to inspire them.
Yes.
And I do a lot of that. Okay. So, and introducing music to young people, introducing the orchestra to young people. In fact, just today I got a note from a guy, his son, when he was 5 years old, came to a concert. And he stood at the front with his chin on the stage, watching the string players. And he sent me a picture this morning of his son now playing in the orchestra. And that gives me a lot of pleasure. It's so nice, these stories.
Beautiful.
Who knows who gets inspired by something? You're working with a choir or you're working with a amateur orchestra, and somebody gets a spark.
Yes.
And who knows where it's going to lead in life. A good example is, I don't know if you know the name Siyabonga Maqungo.
Yes, I know.
He phoned me when he was 16 and he said, please can I come and sing for you? And I realized here was a special voice.
Yes.
So he came to sing for me, and he was late, okay? He was running down the road. He's sweating when he came to my office. And fortunately, the next meeting had been cancelled, so I was still there.
Yeah.
And he sang for me. And now, again, I opened some doors for him. Now he sings in the State Opera in Berlin.
Yes, I know him.
And he's a champ of singing now. And it was really just that when he picked up the phone and said, can I come and sing for you? It's that sort of thing. Like that lady who said to me, sing for me. She said to me, sing for me. And I did. And it sort of opened up a whole world to me. And I like to pay back by doing exactly the same for other people. Yeah.
And you were honored as now Dr. Richard Cook.
Yes,
You're feeling that day.
Yeah.
Do you get a call when they are going to honor you and say, they said, we're going to honor you, please come?
Yeah, it was Rhodes University.
Yes.
The Rhodes University said, we would like to offer you an honorary doctorate. How nice is that? Yeah. Yeah, but I've had lots of wonderful things happen to me in my life. Most of it through music. The music has given me a lot of opportunities to serve the people. And that's what I've loved doing, is giving back, serving the people, building up communities as much as I can. Yeah.
Then, I don't know if you now you're still involved in choral music South Africa, or you're based on classical music in South Africa?
No, I'm still involved in choral music, very much so. I still have my own choir, the Symphony Choir of Johannesburg,
Yes, I know.
and I conduct a lot around the country, mostly choirs. I mean, choirs and orchestras, but a lot of it is in smaller places. So in the next few months, I'm going to Mbombela to conduct
I
concert
saw
with
the
choirs
website.
there.
Yeah.
I'm going to Gqeberha to conduct
Yes.
choirs there. I conduct in Cape Town, Hermanus, Paarl. I'm going back to Polokwane soon to the University of Limpopo to work with the choir there. So people still call on me to go, please, to share what I've got with them, and I'm very happy to do it.
Yes. Mentioning these choirs, I know most of them are white colors, are white choirs.
Not at all. Not at all.
We can run on that. There's a bridge between. There's a competition that you can see is only blacks here. There's events that you can see is only whites here.
Yeah.
How can you close that bridge?
Well, we did that in nation building. I think you're right. There are quite, and I think one of the issues is how they learn their music. Just the other day, I was working with. I went to a concert actually with Quaver. Do you know Quaver?
I know that Quaver.
Because Sabelo Mtembo is
Yes.
now going to America to do his masters.
Yeah.
And that choir, I think, still learns all their music by tonic solfa. This is one of the barriers, because many choirs still use tonic solfa, some use staff notation.
Yes.
White choirs use staff notation, many black choirs still use tonic solfa.
Yes.
That is one of the barriers. Also, it's the matter of language and culture. What languages choirs sing in, that's also a barrier. But we do. I mean, when I do schools choir festivals, for example, the choirs are incredibly mixed. I mean, it's real like the South African demographic.
Yes.
Because schools are where it's happening most, integration of society and social cohesion. That's where it's happening most, I think. And funny enough, I used to use the national anthem when we first introduced it. Every concert I had, I was teaching people the national anthem.
Yeah.
And that became a very important tool for bringing people together, both languages and music. Yes. But it is, I think it still is an issue. I mean, I've got several black people in my choir, and Indian people and colored people, if we talk in those terms. But there are many choirs which are unicultural, if you like. Many. And I think the way to do it maybe is to have choir festivals where people come together to sing.
Yes, exactly, because you find only black audience.
Yeah, you see now, and this is a good example. Since you mentioned this, I went to that concert of Sabelo, the farewell concert. There were probably 600 people in the audience.
Yeah.
I think there may have been at the most 10 white people. Okay. The University of Johannesburg choir, you look at them on the stage, it's probably 60 or 70 singers.
True.
How many white people in it? 3. Okay? So there's definitely an issue there. And I think it's something that we have to try to address.
Yes.
I think it's a cultural and language issue. And yeah, it's a challenge for us.
Yes. Yeah, it's still a challenge, because I remember some other year me and Zuko, we went to Schalk event, Schalk Skalvik, Pretoria.
Yeah.
The orchestra.
Yes.
Yeah, young guy, yeah.
Oh, Skalk van der Merwe. Yes.
Yes. went there, and it was only me, black people.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
we get there, everyone was like, what these
Yeah.
guys? But luckily, the event was about to start. And Shalk introduced us. These are my friends from Johannesburg. Then everyone
Yeah.
was relaxed.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, I think people are relaxed about it, but there is still a cultural divide in our country. Still. I mean, you see it in many aspects of life.
Yes.
Where people live, there's a lot of work to be done still.
Yeah.
And I think music is one way of doing it. Yeah. So, and one of the things that I like doing is working with amateurs,
Yes.
people who love what they do, but they don't do it for earning money. In fact, many of them pay to be a member of a choir. You know, you've got annual subscriptions to be the member of the choir. So it's a slightly different concept, I think. We have got a lot of talent in South Africa, and there are choirs that make money. I mean, if you think of the Ndlovu Youth Choir,
Youth Choir, yes.
Zansi, they can generate money.
Yes.
And even with my own choir, we generate income through concerts and so on.
Yeah.
But still, the members don't get paid. The members have to pay. Actually, it's a different mindset. Yeah, so we put on professional concerts, but these are amateurs in the truest sense. They love what they do, and they do it to a professional degree. Yeah.
Yes. You worked with the guys like Sipho Fubesi.
Yes.
Yeah, he also sent me a message for you. Let's say it.
Good morning, Sia, and to the listeners at home. My name is Sipho Fubesi. I'm an opera singer and also a singing lecturer at the University of Cape Town. I would love to add some words as well about Dr. Richard Koch, a man I know very well, a man who has helped me immensely in finding work for young musicians in the country, and also he has helped me as well in finding gigs for me. You know, as I said, apart from the fact that he's a wonderful musician, a great conductor, I think we should all be grateful of the immense work he has done in finding work for musicians in our country, in making a difference when it comes into employing musicians and influencing the corporate as well to employ our musicians. I remember watching his. He was conducting the Caltex Choral Festival. That was probably 20 years ago or 25 years ago, where they used to invite all the choirs in the Western Cape and opera singers as well to perform some solos, which I think it was an incredible project, huge, massive, and the fact that he's still going on helping the industry, contributing, it's really, really amazing, and we should all be grateful as the industry. He did help me as well with the Mzansi tenors. I founded the group a few years ago, and immediately he jumped in, and he was the part of the group. So he has helped me a lot as well in finding work for them. So I can say we should be all grateful of the immense work he is doing. Thank you.
That was Sipho.
Yeah,
Recently was
Sipho
singing the National
Fubesi.
Anthem from
Yeah.
Italy.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
You saw that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but you see, that was a good example. He phoned me up and he said, I've got this group of young tenors. Please, can you find some work for us? And immediately I could find work for them. I put them on the stage at Starlight Classics, actually. But then we also developed a show which they did at the Theatre on the Bay in Cape Town and up here at Monte Cassino. So, and then we found quite a bit of work for them one way and another. And that was a very nice way. And now some of them have gone on. They've left and gone overseas somewhere. So, yeah, some of them have now made a good career for themselves.
Yes. We know when it comes to finances, we're still young. We don't know how to manage them. With your experience, what some of essential financial lessons you can give us?
Number one, make sure you get paid.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to look after your money, and you have to stand up for your rights. When if you do a gig, you must be paid.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need a name. You have to get booked first.
Yes.
So, but people need to be very professional about what they do. They need to turn up on time, do the job, and if there's pay, then they must be paid. And it's following up on that. Even now, I still have to follow up on all the things that I'm paid for. I follow them up. You can't leave it.
Yes.
You can't afford to be in debt. You must get your money on time. Keep records of everything. And the other thing is just to say thank you when someone has given you a gig. You just write them a little note and say thank you very much. It was a fantastic gig, because then it creates a sort of a cycle. Then people will invite you back again. So you have to deal with everyone in a very professional way.
Yes.
And just be grateful for work that you get and for money that you get. Treat people who look after you with respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard Sia Makung on one of his voice note when you were receiving his award. He was saying he referred to you as my father.
Yeah.
He referred to your wife as my mother.
Yes. There are several singers who I think we've almost, I can't say almost, we've treated them like children, like our children.
Yes.
I don't mean like children, like our children.
Yes.
So we've treated them as respected members of our family and our community.
Yes.
Andiswa Makana is another one.
Yes.
Khoitsimang Leobie.
Yes.
They all call me Pops.
Yeah.
And it's true. I look on them as part of my family. And it's so nice to watch them develop, grow up, become truly professional singers.
Yes,
and that gives me a lot of pleasure. Yeah. And makes me proud of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mr. Cook, what can you say to a choral industry and classical industry?
Well, if you want to go into the industry, I think it's a tough industry.
Very tough.
It's tough. You have to fight for what you want. You have to be prepared for ups and downs.
Yes.
It's not always easy. I've had some big knocks in my life. One of them was when they took the funding away at the SABC from the orchestra. That was a big shock. And somehow we had to deal with that. And it's taken its toll over the years.
Yes.
And there have been some big shocks. When people disappoint you, you think everything's going well, and then you discover that people are not as straightforward as you think they should be. So I've taken some knocks in my time. But all of those things help to build up your resilience and your strength.
Yes.
As long as you can get up again and fight another day. So people have to be prepared to face those tough times.
Yes.
And I see it with some of the young people overseas also. It's not always easy. And it's not only the music. It's to do with how you relate to other people. And there are barriers set up sometimes.
Yes.
And you have to work out how to cross these barriers. Yeah, and it's not always straightforward. It can be complicated. And I've seen people go overseas and then come back because they hit a wall and it's hard to get over. And then maybe you come back here and you regroup and then go off again. But there's also lots of opportunity here in South Africa. We mustn't think it's always only overseas. There's a lot of opportunity here for doing things if people are imaginative and they can look for opportunities. People have to make their own work. No, you can't just sit and think someone's going to phone you and say, come and work. You've got to make your own work. Yeah,
exactly. The song of praise that is coming, Nelspruit.
Yes, that's this weekend.
This weekend,
yeah,
yes.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, that's also, we've had some interesting choirs there from the wider community all around Mbombela. This time we've got a junior school choir. I'm taking some of my choristers from here. We've got local choristers from there. But interesting was the orchestra. For many years there was no orchestra there in Mbombela. And then in Mpumalanga. And suddenly there were a few players and I could help to encourage them. We found them some instruments. I'm taking some more instruments now when I go on Saturday.
Sure.
I'm taking a trombone, a trumpet, a cello, a violin. So we help to build up their store of instruments, and we encourage them by giving them music that they can play in the songs of praise. Yeah, it's very important.
There's also another one that is coming up with Charles du Plessis.
Yes. So Charles du Plessis is a fantastic pianist, and we've got a concert coming up with him on the 24th of August at the Linde Auditorium. He's a fantastic musician and more of a crossover musician. So he does sort of jazz arrangements. He's a very clever arranger. With an orchestra again, those are fun concerts to do.
Yes. Also Klein Karoo.
Yeah, Klein Karoo is coming up in a couple of weeks. That's a new thing for me. I was involved with the National Arts Festival in Makanda for a long time, for many years. And then
so Klein Karoo, something like Makanda.
Yeah, but it's more Afrikaans. Okay, Makanda is a very mixed masala.
Yes.
But Klein Karoo is more based on Afrikaans community, and I mean it's got a wide-ranging palette of musical offerings. But yeah, we do. So that's the last couple of years I've been involved with them. So that's something new for me. So, and that's another thing where I have tried to find another niche. And I always say to people, when one door closes, another one will open. So, but you've got to be ready to jump when it opens. That's the thing.
Yes. Another one is in September, Song of Praise.
Oh, in Port Elizabeth, in Gqeberha. Yes. That's a recent thing also. Somebody phoned me and said, did I know that it was the 200th anniversary of that church in Gqeberha? And I said, well, why don't you do something to commemorate the 200 years?
Oh, okay.
So we're doing the Songs of Praise there. Yeah, and they're busy now. They're putting the choir together. We'll have probably a choir. And that's a volunteer choir of maybe between 70 and 90 people. And then I'm taking a brass ensemble from the Eastern Cape Philharmonic Orchestra. And we put them together with them, and we've got a good organist. And I love doing this, but the planning has to be good. You have to get the planning in place. When the planning is in place, you bring everyone together and it can all happen. But you must plan carefully.
Springtime classics?
Yeah, always. Springtime is always a good time to do classics. So, we do some, every year we go away to Limpopo to Shingwedzi, and we do some concerts there. And on the way back, we stop off also in Limpopo in Mahubeskloof at Heinertsburg. And that's where we're stopping off to do a spring concert on the way back from Baroque in the Bush. But funny enough, I'm linking up when I go to Polokwane to work with the Polokwane Choral Society. Matlakala Bopape is the conductor there, and the University of Limpopo, where the conductor is a guy called Moss. Then we do a concert also in Heinetzberg to help pay for the others. So we get accommodation and food in Heinetzberg, and that enables us to do the other concerts as well. It's a very good symbiotic relationship. Yeah.
There's one in Parktown, Best of Baroque.
Yeah, that's also connected to Shingwedzi. So we do that's in St. George's Church. Yeah, there's a lot of concerts coming up. Now when spring happens, then you're doing concerts every weekend. And I think it's almost like every weekend from now pretty well till the end of the year. Every weekend I'm doing.
Future in one of those concerts, Legends.
Yeah, you must come.
Right. Then 5 October, Felix Mendelssohn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 October, Linda Auditorium. Then
that's
Bishop's
Elijah.
Carols.
Yeah, Bishop's Carols. That's in Cape Town. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my old school. Okay.
Oh.
Every year I do a concert there to raise money, because when I was at school, I got a bursary because my parents were divorced and there was no way my mother could afford to send me to school.
Yes.
And the school gave me a bursary. So over the years, I've tried to pay back what I received. So we do a fundraising concerts every Christmas for them. Yeah. In fact, there are a lot of fundraising concerts we do for various causes.
I can see.
And we've raised over the years millions from. So music can be used for other purposes as well.
Yes. So if people, they want you, where can they find you?
Okay, I think the simplest thing is you go to www.richardcock.co.za. So, and the cock is COCK. Richard
Cock.
Yeah, COCK.co.za. Yeah. And then it says there, do you want to join the mailing list? Boop. You just say yes. Join the mailing list. And then they get all the information.
Well, let me join it now.
There you go. Does it say join the mailing list?
Join our mailing list.
Join it?
Yes.
Then you probably have to put in your information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do so.
You do it.
Dr. Richard, I think we try to cover the time also. You know the quote that I read from Bafarodi?
Yes.
Everything you said, I see you in that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did so much for this country.
And I've loved doing it.
We really respect you.
Thank you.
For that.
Thank you.
Keep on doing that, say.
I will keep on doing it as long as I can.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Mr. Richard, thank you.
Thank you.
Sharp. Grand piano, sharp.